Okay. Can you hear me? Test before I get started. I'm going to jump right in because today is quite a busy day. So let me know you guys can hear me by giving me a thumbs up, please. Okay, I'm not getting any thumbs up, so I don't know if you guys can hear me. Hello, and my mic is not, it doesn't seem to be showing me. Hi, can you hear me? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Good, you guys can hear me. Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, this video, I do want to get started and say that this is mainly for a handful of my clients. Although we did a private consultation, they actually want to kind of see me go through it a little bit more. So if you feel like, so this is why it's a demo, okay? You can go ahead and put your questions in the chat, but I'm going to be pretty thorough. And please remember, if you have a microcurrent that I am not doing it with, or you don't have the products, this is all on you, okay? You have to, you guys are all liable for this. This is mainly for my clients and also for you guys to get a better education of what radio frequency, or not, excuse me, not radio frequency, microcurrent is involved, okay? Hi, from Switzerland. Oh my good, what time is it in Switzerland? Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So hopefully my clients who are, I told them about this. They said that they were going to show up. So hopefully they're here. Okay, so 6 o'clock in the evening. Okay, so you can watch this while you're eating dinner. Okay, all right. So first of all, in order to microcurrent, to make sure if you guys are thinking of purchasing one, or if you want to make sure that this is the right one for you, I do want to say there are some underlying conditions that can be contraindications, including, believe it or not, because some people have purchased them when they are pregnant. So no pregnancy. If you are prone to seizures, if you're like epilepsy, if you have any type of blood clotting issues, so that's another one, or vein related issues. If you have any metals or pins or metal plates, including metal retainer in your mouth or around your face, then you should not be doing this, right? Because you're using electrical microcurrents, and metals are electrical conductors. So we don't want to use that. Okay. Okay. So the other thing too is if you have a medical underlying condition that may not have anything to do with what I have named, but let's say that you have some kind of heart condition, or fibromyalgia, or whatever, you need to ask your doctor if this is okay to do. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. If you are using tretinoin, retin-A, hydroquinone, any of these topical medications, I would advise you to not use it while you are using a microcurrent. And the reason why, including radio frequency or any of those things, all of these can increase sensitivity. And just by using microcurrent, it actually 10x's the potency of active ingredients in your skin. So you can imagine what tretinoin or any of these acne control products can use. So you can use them, but you just have to wait a little while before you use the machine, and then wait a little while after you use the microcurrent. Okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So today I'm going to compare the two. As far as a retail, less expensive, so a little bit lower barrier to entry. So that is going to be, oh, and I do want to say I'm not being sponsored. Okay, I'm not being sponsored by this at all, by nobody. Okay, okay, so we're going to compare the MyoLift, but we're also going to compare one from a company that just recently put out something for customers. They totally focused entirely to the medical and to the aesthetics industry. So they just came out with this in May, even though I knew that they were doing this probably around in April. Okay, so I had, so this one is called the BT Microsculpt, okay, and Biotherapeutics. So this actually, I use their in-room one, the BT Micro, it's a different one, from 2012 to 2019 when it finally gave out. And I use this at an average of 4 times a day. So it's a very high quality product. Okay. So the weight of this is substantial compared to this. Okay. So here we go. This is the difference between the microcurrents. Okay. So this one has a 2-head metal ball. So the conductivity between here is only going to be in between here. Okay. Because this is how they're going to communicate between the two. Okay. And that's what you're going to see most retail products going to be. The other one is the most effective. And so when you see a lot of the professional ones, they are going to use what's called the pinch and hold method. So here is the pinch and hold. Now, the difference between this one and I should have brought the other one, which it had the 2 handles. So when you put it between the 2 muscles, the communication is longer, right? So it's more effective. Okay, the other one proved to be, for most consumers, quite confusing. The one I just talked about with the 2 handles. So how they came up with this one right here. Okay. So the difference is, if you look at this, there's 4 probes, right? But not only that, this one moves. Okay. So it makes it a lot easier for someone who wasn't trained in this on how to do the pinch and hold method. Okay. Okay. So if you look at, let me see if I can do that. All right. Sorry, the lighting in here is bad here, but so if you look at this, this is how you turn it on. So when you turn it on, you have to turn it on for a few seconds. I've been using it, so I don't. Okay, so there it goes on. Now, right? Okay, there's 2 methods here, skin and lift. Okay, then there's, I don't know if you can see this, but this right here has different levels of numbers. And then up here, there's supposed to be 2 lights. Okay, after about a minute of non-use, this will automatically turn off. So while I'm doing consultations, it can be a little bit inconvenient because I have to keep turning it on. Okay, so in order to do microcurrent, you have to have conductivity gel. You have to have some sort of gel on here. Now, here's where the confusion lies. You have to be very careful in what you use as far as a skincare product, because if there's any ingredients in there that can increase sensitivity, whether it's a type of preservative, an artificial color, fragrance, you can't do that. So you want to use something that has uh, none of those things. Now, you can use, the best thing to do is, it says in the instruction that you can use mineral water, but I don't recommend that if you are using it for the purpose of treating hyperpigmentation or wrinkles or any of those things, because the water is neutral. Our pH of our skin is not neutral, right? It's actually slightly acidic. So you want it to match that to be compatible. I have found with literally thousands of clients that I have treated with this, it works better. Plus, when you're spraying water, it actually can dehydrate your skin, and you want your skin to be hydrated. You want that gel, okay? You want that slip and glide, okay? Okay, so we're gonna move forward. So really quick, to avoid any confusion, I want you to look at this. Can you guys see that facial muscle chart here? Okay, so it's really important that you understand how the muscles lie, because that's how you're going to work it with the muscles. So let me give you an example here. If you look at these muscles, up here, this is what helps. So as gravity comes, you start to form more pronounced nasolabial fold, right? You want that muscle to kind of go up. Okay. All right. So let's talk about, so what I'm going to be using today is, because the gel constantly gets evaporated, this can actually dehydrate your skin. So you want your skin to be hydrated. So I am using what I always use on my skin is the brightening biopeptide toner. Okay. And then I'm going to use with it is the peptide complex serum. Now, the reason why I like this is because if you look at the ingredients, it has been made to be used with professional products as well as machines. If you look at the ingredients carefully, if you look at most of your peptide products, most of the peptides are going to be towards the middle and at the bottom. This one, it actually starts with the first ingredient being the peptides. Okay, so that it has a high concentration of this. Okay, so you can use this, or you can use something like this. It doesn't have to be this, right? But is the hydrating gel treatment. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let me show you. We're going to go do this, right? But is the hydrating gel treatment. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let me show you. We're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm going to pump my hydrating gel onto, let me open it up here. Okay, so as you can see, I just put the gel here, right? Okay. Then you want your skin to be moist, right? And it has to have enough gel. So a couple of my clients, when I observe them putting it on, they always put on like a very thin layer. You want it to have enough in there, especially if it has the peptides in there, right? So basically peptides are vehicles to get the ingredients into the skin. When you use it with a microcurrent, it actually goes in there a lot deeper. Okay, so so what I'm going to do, let me turn this on. So let me do this first. If you look at here, there's two functions on here, skin and lift. You see that? Okay. So we're going to do lift. Now, lift is obviously for lifting, to addressing fine lines and wrinkles. Skin is for a different thing. Okay, so let me turn it on here. Okay, and then you're going to press on, I'm going to press on lift. When you press on lift, you will see the levels light up, the light up. So I'm going to start with just one right now. Oop. There we go. So I have it on 1. Oh, you can't really tell if it's lighted on this. Okay, the way that you know that the conductivity is working is that these 2 lights work. Both of them have to work. If one of them works, that means it's only channel 1 or channel 2. All 4 have to be on the skin evenly in order to um, do this. Okay, so let's start with this side here. So you're gonna spray here. I actually used a different spray thing, but everyone always asks when I use that, what's in there? Okay, so you're going to put the, right? Okay. Oh, see, it already turned off. Okay, so we're going to do with, there's different lift levels. So let's try with the sagginess or the, when people's, I guess you'd call it saggy jowls, right? So let's start with that here. Can you guys hear me? My mic thing isn't, it doesn't seem to be. Can you give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me? Because you guys need to hear me when I'm doing this here. Yes? No? Okay. Okay, so what you're going to do, there's 2 different ways to do this, but you're going to go like right. You can hear me? Okay, good. Okay, so you're going to do, so that we're going to do lift 1, step 1. So I hope you're watching my clients here. Marina, are you watching? Are you on here? Okay, so you're going to, this is for the jawline right here, right? This muscle, because it starts to sag down. So you want to put it right here and then right here. And what you can do is if you have saggy jowls, you'll have more to grab, but you're going to put it under here and this thing will move. It'll grab on. I don't have enough to grab onto, but it'll grab on right under the cheek and you hold it for 12 seconds, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So that's how you do that because what you're addressing is, let me show you the muscle. You are addressing, I don't know if you guys can see it, this muscle right here. This allows you to, right, open your mouth, but gravity is constantly pulling down. So when you have saggy gels, this is what's going to help lift up the muscle. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay. So then step 2, this is up here, this muscle up here. So what you're going to do is you're going to put it right under this cheekbone right here, right? And you're going to lift up, see how it lifts, and you can hold it. And that really gets down underneath the muscle right in there. Now, if you don't want to do the pinch and hold, you don't have to. You can just set it down and just put it right on top. So there's different ways that you can do it. However, pinch and hold is actually the most effective because it gets down, you can grip that muscle, right? Okay. So can you give me a thumbs up in the chat or thumbs up? Yeah, thank you. Somebody gave me a thumbs up here to let me know that you guys understand that. Okay. Because usually when I'm doing it with clients, they give me feedback right away. Like, do you understand what I'm doing? Okay. And they can say, no, I don't understand. Okay. So you have to break up when you're doing microcurrent in sections. A lot of times when people put in the video or comments or in Instagram, I was doing it with this one. When you get the retail one, it doesn't, you don't have because it just doesn't work as well. Okay. And I've said that over and over. So I've been approached by many of those companies. And if you can go back and look, I haven't done any promotional videos with them because I just know that they're not quite as effective. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to do the one here. So you got to work these muscles here. So actually you can kind of see there's one side that's more pronounced for me, and that's because that's the side that I worked on with my other client 2 days ago. So, okay, the other one is this is lower lift step 3, where you take the lower part of this, lower part of this, you bring it right here where that nasolabial fold is. So if you have a more pronounced nasolabial fold, you can actually, it works actually better. So what you're doing, I don't know if you can kind of see, is you're pushing that back, and then see how that moved? And it grabs on like this, right? And then you hold it. Okay. And you can always check in the mirror. I always tell my clients, look to see you've got that conductivity. Because I've had several clients where they did this whole thing and then realized it wasn't even on. Oh, I just got a text. Oh, cool. You're on the video. Thank you. Okay. So, okay, just like this. So that's one way to do it. Okay. So what you're doing is you're doing it by sections, if you notice. Here, underneath that muscle right underneath, to here, right? And then here. Okay? Okay. Oh, I just got a text message. Okay, you cannot do this with fillers. So if you have fillers, you've had them and you think you still have some in there, this is a contraindication. So you cannot do it while you have fillers. All right, that was actually a good question. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, so the other one that you can do is if you feel like your brow needs to be lifted a little bit more, it's starting to sag. Does anyone have that in the audience right now? Having, like, when it starts to kind of sag, like you have heavier lids, right? So if you have that, you can also do that. Okay, hold on here. Oh, I need more. Okay, so you can put that right underneath here. Oops. I've done it here. Okay. Okay. See, I got a bunch on there. Okay, so what you're going to do, I got to make sure it's on. Okay. Let's see if I can. This is harder if it's, so I don't know if you can see this. You want it to be right under the brow bone, under like the fatty part. You want to kind of hold that up, and you can just lift it. And now this is the tricky one. This is where a lot of my clients make a mistake. You got to make sure that all 4 of these probes are on here. Okay. So a lot of times I notice them that they'll concentrate so much on here that these are not on the forehead. So they have to be on the forehead, and you have to lift. Okay. Okay. So that's one way. Now the other function, you can also do, so some people who have very deep number 11 lines, right? Really deep creases. Have you ever seen that before? So if you have those like really deep creases where it almost looks like they're angry all the time. So if you have enough skin there, you can actually put the 2 probes in between, lift up, push down, and then hold. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go to look to see if there's any questions here. Oh, I got gel all over my face. Is this microcurrent? Yes, this is microcurrent. So the difference is when you're using a retail one, it's usually high. That's actually a very good question too. High or low. There's not a lot of control there. So when I've had some people reach out to me who were not my clients, they had it on high and they started to get oversensitive. But then when they did low, they didn't see enough results. So the difference is this has 5 different levels, okay? And depending on your skin's history, what you've used before, your skin's health, first of all, any of these type of things are meant for healthy people who have no underlying conditions. Even if you have diabetes, something like that, or pre-diabetes, you should probably be healthy first, okay, to use this. So that's why I have people, for most of my clients, have them on 1 or 2, even though they may not see any results, because what I'm looking for is to make sure that over time, the skincare products they're using does not inflame their skin. Once it's shown that they have no reaction, then I move them up to the next level. Okay. Is there any products you'd recommend to do this with the ordinary? They're very, so I use them often, but I don't know for microcurrent. Probably not. Probably not. And this is why I say this, because there's a few products that they have where they pill. And so I probably wouldn't recommend it. It's not meant for that. So, they don't claim for it to be microcurrent friendly, or what do you call it? Like, machine friendly or whatever. It's not meant to be used in, it's not conducive to that. So unfortunately, no. Okay. But the ordinary doesn't claim it either. So, okay. So how many times do I do it? Weekly, daily? That's a great question. Now, this depends on each person. Okay. So it depends on what products that you're using and that type of thing. So if you are, I'm going to speak generally speaking, okay, postmenopausal, premenopausal, or menopausal, or you naturally have sensitive skin, you're going to start with only once a week. You can do it up to 3 times a week, but I'm going to just say once a week. Okay. Then slowly you can build up, but really, it just depends on what you're using this for and what products that you're using. Okay. So I would just say, yeah, so not daily, probably not daily, but weekly. Once. And the younger you are, so what this does is microcurrent increases the ATP energy in your cells. So obviously, the younger you are, you naturally have way more energy resources in every single cell in the mitochondria of your cell. So let's just say you're trying to prevent but you're starting to see just some fine lines or wrinkles or whatever. You can get away with doing this maybe twice a month, and you would be good with this twice a month. Now, for those of you who are already there's already sagginess that's occurred, you've already seen some aging that's happened, then you can probably do it every week. Okay. So, it's kind of like starting a physical fitness program. If you've been on the couch for over 20 years, the trainer is not going to expect you to run a marathon or even work heavy in the gym. They're going to start you slowly and let your body recover, because you'll be really slow. You haven't used your body for a really long time. And as you get stronger and stronger, you can do more. You can handle more. Okay. Link. Oh, okay. The link is in the description. Yes. Thank you very much. I put that in the description. If you want the, the MyoLift one, let me see. I can get that for you. Actually, let me do this. Let me find. Now, Okay. Now I had questions on both of these, so let me get both. Here you go. Sorry about that. That one is for the MyLift. That one is for the, you get a discount for that. That one is, now the MyLift, that one's the retail version. Okay. So, and here's the thing. MyLift just recently raised their prices for this, and it's not that much different than this. So I would recommend this. Once again, I'm not, I put the link for it. I have a special for it, and it's basically you get the peptide complex. Sorry, this one is used. Peptide complex serum free, which is normally $65. Now this is for sagginess, fine lines, and wrinkles to be used with both of them, but you can get it free if you purchase this one. Okay. Let's see. So at this point, there was a bigger price point between these two. So if if you were on a budget, then I would recommend this. But now there's not that much difference with this. So, yeah, so let me look it up actually to see how much it is now. And that one that I showed was the QT. You can also get the one that's the Mini Pro. That one is $329 for the mini microcurrent, the MyoLift one. See what I'm saying? The and then let me see how much the QT is. $229. Now here's the thing though, you guys. MyoLift is doing one where it's a monthly membership, which I'm not too keen on. I'm not too keen on monthly memberships. This one, you don't need a membership, although they highly recommend that you get with a professional consultant to do this because it is almost like I mean, it's substantial and it has all these levels. So there is more margin of error, user error for this, but you see more results with this for sure. So someone asked here that someone asked me that how long I've been using it. So I've been personally using it since 2017. And I've never done Botox. I can't use Retin-A or any type of retinoic acid or any of those things. So I've been and I've done my research on this. So only now are the other ones showing some pretty bad side effects on it. And please remember, everyone's different and everyone responds to things differently. So I have hyperpigmentation, so I'm not going to use anything that uses heat. Okay, so this does not use heat. It uses electrical microcurrents to create a chemical change on your skin as well as inside your skin. Okay? Okay, so let's see. Any other questions on how to do this? No? Okay, so there is another way to do, there's the skin technique in which you use certain, so that it's a different function. So how the electrical currents work as far as for the penetration and how your skin works with different products. Okay, so that's basically the skin function right there. Okay, and it has directions on this, and basically how that works, there's two ways that you can do it. Now, what you're using will depend on how you use this. So I can't really speak to that because I just know that if I say you use it with this, someone's going to do it wrong and then they're really going to be in a world of hurt. Okay. So with the skin function, there's two ways that you can do this. let me pump. And that's basically, oops, I'm going to put this on here. Don't want to drip. Okay. Oh, actually, for somebody that said, I can never see your pigments, and that's because, you know, I treat myself, but you can kind of see it. I don't know if you can kind of see that right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if you guys can, but I can see it on here. I know it's all about lighting, but it's right here. Okay. So let me turn this on again. And then this time you're going to put it on skin. You hold it down, and then the light will eventually show up. You got to hold it down for a while. Okay, here we go. So you just want to go. Now, here's what you're going to go. Depending on what you're using it for, you can go back and forth like this. Or let's just say you have an age spot or a hyperpigmentation patch. You can actually, like if it's more of a circle, right? Because if you're just doing this and you have a patch, you can actually go in circular motions like I have a patch. So I'm going to go like this. Okay? And then there's other things that you have to do the protocol after, but that's basically it. It's not that hard. Okay. So, any questions on there? No questions? Ooh, I'm dripping here. Okay. So, was that helpful? Did that help? Okay, I'm going to talk about forehead lines. Anyone have forehead lines, or do you want me to just skip that? Everyone was just more about the sagging jowls. You guys have to let me know. Because we can skip the forehead one. No? Okay, so since nobody wants the forehead one, then I am going to go ahead, and if there doesn't seem to be any questions on anything, I'm going to scroll through here. Okay, whoop. Forehead. Oh, you do want a forehead. Okay, so I'm going to do real quick forehead then. So for forehead, there's different way. Okay, oh, here. So everyone thinks, it's so funny. Everyone thinks, oh, you have to, Yannette, you have to actually include so when you put it in the cart, you actually have to put the peptide complex serum in the cart. And you can find that under specialty serums, I think, under that category. And you'll find it, and then you put it in there. Okay. Okay, don't skip the forehead. Okay. Oh, the gel. Oh, the hydrating gel? If you want the hydrating gel, that is under moisturizer, I think. It could be under serums too, but that's under moisturizer. But the hydrating gel is not complimentary. It's actually the peptide complex. That's the one that's complimentary because that's $65. If you want to buy the hydrating gel, that's on you. If you're on the email list, you get a discount for that. Okay. Okay, let's talk about the forehead. So everyone thinks the forehead is just this muscle right here, right? But it actually goes all the way back. I don't know if can you guys see that? Okay, so it goes all the way back, right? Okay, so with the forehead, I had one client show me, I said, so how do you think you're going to use this? And because the lines go this way, she went like an ironing board. She went this way. I said, no. That was weird. Okay, here we go. Pull my bangs over. Okay. Yes. Okay, great. Okay. So here's where I recommend you use the peptide complex. Okay. Because if you're using it for forehead, I'm assuming it's for wrinkles, right? So here's where I recommend this. The difference between the hydrating gel, and I'm getting these texts on here from my clients, and I don't know why they don't put it in the YouTube thing. Okay, so the difference between the hydrating gel and the peptide complex, both of them conduct because they're gels, right? But this is just to use for hydration if you've got like really, really dry skin. Okay, so this is what you can use with this. This also has some humectants to bring hydration to your skin, but excuse me, let me read it. It has the palmitoyl tripeptide 1, palmitoyl tetrapeptide 7, and acetohexapeptide 8. As you guys know, acetohexapeptide 8 works like vitamin C does. Okay, it reduces inflammation. And then the humectants are like sodium PCA. It has green tea extract, sodium hyaluronate, aloe vera juice extract, and a bunch of extracts that help reduce inflammation and help plump up the skin. Okay, so if you're going to do it for forehead sagginess, I recommend the peptide complex. Okay? Okay, so let's do that. Okay, this also has peptides, so it's in a water form, so I like this as well. So we're going to go ahead and spray. Okay, where's my brush? Careful not to get it in. Let me get a tissue here. Okay, and then you're just going to on here, right? Okay, so it is not horizontal. You always want to go the opposite direction. And I turn it on again. And you want it on lift, not skin. Okay, so you put it on lift. Okay. And you want to start, either way, right above the brow. Okay, let me move this. It's opposite on the camera. And you want to here, there's nothing to lift unless you have a heavy brow. You can pinch and hold here. But here, it's when you can just pull up. Make sure that all 4 probes are on the forehead. Does that make sense? So you want to kind of pull up. Okay. Now, if you've done Botox here, I don't recommend that you do it because it's still in there, right? Oh, it's pouring down. So as you can see, I don't have Botox. I got plenty of wrinkles right there. Okay. And then you want to do it in 3 sections. Then here in the middle, it's hard to do because the camera is like opposite and you want to hold. Make sure those 4 probes are evenly on the forehead right there. And then even right here. Okay. Now, I do have a client. I didn't recommend for her to do this. She did this on her own. She says she's losing her hair. So she is using these hair growth serums she puts it on and then she kind of like puts it on there because that will increase penetration and increase the ATP cells on her scalp. So she does it on her scalp as well. I did not tell her to do it. I didn't even know she was doing it. I will tell you, I will ask her for follow-up on that. Okay. So you basically want to do it in 3 different sections. Okay. Okay. if you also want to do it for crow's feet here, you can also do that, okay? And basically, you're going to apply the gel. I've got gel all over my face. Okay, hold on. Let me put more on here. Now, when you're spraying here, you should shield your eyes, or you can put it on your, okay, and then put on, okay. And this is where you're going to do lift, okay? And you're just going to put it, okay, let me see if I can do this here. Right here, you can actually kind of, if you've got enough fat here, you can actually push down, lift, and then put the 4 probes on here, and then hold. Okay. Okay. If that helps right there. Okay, now let me go back. Oh, also, the deeper your forehead lines are, you can actually do different levels. So right here, right, and then up. But if your forehead wrinkles are up above, you can actually put it right below that forehead line and then push up. Oops, right here. Okay, so you're kind of ironing out the creases, so to speak. Okay? All right, let's see. Will aloe vera work as a conductive gel? Yes, it can. It can work as a conductive gel. However, if you're using it with products to address fine lines and wrinkles, or for hyperpigmentation, it's not going to work as well, because remember, aloe vera gel is neutral. It's just like water. So yes, you can use it. The answer is yes. But what I would recommend is, if you're using it with products, to rinse that off and then put on your products afterwards. You're not going to get the same effect, but yeah, you could do that. However, find aloe vera gel that's clear and does not have any tocopherol, which is vitamin E, because that's an oil soluble. You don't want any oils on your face or creams on your face. They all have to be water soluble. And if it's the aloe vera, you know how they have the aloe vera gel now that's fake, that has the fake green color in it? Like, real aloe vera gel is clear. It's not green. So if it's that, don't use that. Okay, so look at your ingredients. Make sure it just says aloe vera juice or aloe vera gel. If it has anything else, don't use it. Okay? Okay, how about the neck and double chin? Okay, so here's the thing with that. With the neck, you have to be really careful, because your thyroid is there, right? And you've got some major arteries going on there. So I would avoid using, and it actually says in your guide to avoid using it. That's actually a great question, Yanette, because if you've got a lot of fat or a lot of loose skin there, you can probably, like, it's like kind of like up here. Yes, you can, like, let's say you had more flesh here, you can use it up here, right? But as far as like down here, right where your thyroid is, I would avoid using that there. Okay. Also, it tells you to not use it on your chest, around your head. So like with my client that was using it on her scalp, I'm like, okay, you got to keep it on your face somewhat. You can't be doing it around your head, near your ears, not on your eye. So if you notice, when I did it, it was like above, right? You don't want it on your eyes, around your ears. And if you can do it above here for the lines of your lips as well, but it has to be like on the fleshier parts, not on your lips, if that makes any sense. Okay. Okay. So That's actually a great question because I can just see people doing it like on their butt and, like all that stuff. But it is it's not designed for that because if you notice the microcurrents that they have for your body, they're these little pads that they put on there with the pulses on there. And it's not metal. This is metal, right? So it's for your face. So that is a great question. Okay, so if there is no other questions, gosh, it's a mess here. Okay, any questions on the products? If you want to, vitamin C. If you want to do vitamin C with this, you cannot do vitamin C in conjunction, meaning you don't want to put vitamin C like skin SkinCeuticals or whatever. You don't want to put that on there and then put the uh, gel on there. It has to have some sort of anti-inflammatory with that. Now, what you can do is you can do your current microcurrent therapy, wash everything off, and then put it on. Let it dry. You can do that. I would highly recommend that you do the microcurrent during the evening because then your skin, you go to sleep, your skin recovers, you're not exposed to any blue light, to UV light anymore. So that's my recommendation, is that you do that in the evening. Okay, so if there's no other questions, then you can feel free to message me, or you can email me, reach out and email me. And those of you who have the emails, you have the email coming for the specials as far as the the products. Okay, so there's no other questions, you guys. I'm gonna go because I have a pretty busy day today, and I wanted to jump in and do this for my clients. Okay, so hopefully that helps. And if there's no other questions, then I will let you guys go. You are welcome, Peggy Fitzmaurice. I hope I said it right. You are welcome. So other than that, I will let you guys go, and I will talk to you soon.